I remember when I got baptized, it was August of 2022. So it's coming up 2 years, almost 2 years of being baptized. And I can't even explain to you what God has done. There are no words really. And the abundance of healing, the abundance of restoration, the abundance in provision that God has done for me, it's again, there are no words really. So I grew up in like a non-Christian household. My family's Hindu. Although I had faith, I didn't know who God was. 3 years ago, when my friend preached the gospel to me, he said Jesus over and over again. And that name, it stuck with me. That's what pulled me. My friend brought me to C3, and when I heard about baptism, I literally told myself, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like, it was so simple for me. I wasn't questioning it. It was something that I knew I had to do. In my baptism training at the time, we were asked the question, what do you want dead with that old life? And that was an important question. It really made me reflect about, people, things, habits, behaviors that I did not want to take with me in my walk with God. And being submerged into that water, it is a death to self, and it is a death to the trauma that we may be holding on to, and anger or bitterness or whatever it may be. All those things are dead too. And I know, when you're raised with the new, you still wrestle, but there is a peace. There is a surrender, and that you can lay your burdens with God. And that's what changed, and that's what allowed me to walk with God with a little bit more pep in my step. When I joined the baptism team, I was obviously just helping, kind of seeing how the process was and being with them that day of, because I know how nerve-wracking it is, and praying over them, being with them even after they come out from that water. It was important for me to see, because I realized that my baptism wasn't just about me. It was God working through me to build His kingdom, and that God wanted to use me on the team. I do have a huge burden to minister to people who are even, thinking about getting baptized, who haven't gotten baptized, who feel unworthy of getting baptized. But, I always ask the question, do you think you're gonna overcome any of this without God? You have to die to yourself for there to be healing and deliverance from anything in our lives. We need to die to ourselves, and baptism is a huge turning point in your life. In order for me to walk with God, I need to surrender everything to God and give Him full reign over my life.